Allison Rosen. Allison Rosen is your new best friend. Allison, with her the good times never end. Allison Rosen, doing the wavy pencil dance again. Allison Rosen, Allison's your new best friend.
Hey everyone. Hi. Hello. Welcome to another exciting episode of Allison Rosen is your new best friend. I am sitting here in my studio with stand-up podcast host and more, Justin Martindale. Hello.
Hi, friend.
Nice to meet you.
Good to meet you too.
Okay, so stand-up,
Uh-huh.
host of Just Sayin.
You're the host of the Just Sayin podcast, yeah?
Did I miss anything? How else do you define yourself?
I would say host, writer,
Man about town.
man about town.
Guy who went to the Grove and saw dog turds
Oh,
today.
yeah. Just avoiding dog turds at the Grove, just judging people. Somewhere caught between Halloween and Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just a Renaissance man of sorts.
Got it. How do you feel about Halloween?
I love it. It goes by really fast, and I don't like it.
Yeah. The Halloween to Thanksgiving to Christmas to New Year's,
Yeah.
it's like downhill. But I remember as a kid, it was an eternity.
Oh, Halloween? Yeah, it was the best.
But just the passage of time.
Oh,
really.
yeah. In general, yeah.
Yeah.
Now everything's just like you blink. I'm like, oh my God, Thanksgiving's next week.
Yeah.
Like that's
Wait.
not this coming week, but the
No.
next week.
Right.
Still.
Right. It's
And
very
then,
fast.
and it's just weird because I'm stuck in this like, I don't even know what it's called, where it's just like looking at Halloween decorations still up, and then all of a sudden there's a Christmas tree, and you're just like, what?
It's just a holiday
And
singularity.
it's like 80 degrees outside, and I'm in
Yes.
shorts, and I'm like, wait, what?
I know.
So it's very bizarre. But
What does your tattoo on your left
Oh.
forearm say?
so this, I got this when I was in San Diego, very intoxicated. And it's Sugarfoot, which is the name of my mother's horse when she was a little girl that she had to sell to Elvis Presley.
What?
Yeah, my granddad worked for Elvis. So
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
yeah, so he was the manager of the Circle G Ranch in Memphis, and that was like this horse stables and stuff.
Right.
And so Elvis would just come over after, my mom got out of school and like look at the horses and stuff. And Elvis told my granddad told Elvis, he's like, you can have any horse, just don't take my daughter's horse, Sugarfoot. And Priscilla was like, I want that one.
Did Priscilla hear your grandfather say
I
that?
don't think so, but like
Okay.
he was like, Priscilla wants the horse, and he was like, oh. So
And then did they make him an offer he couldn't refuse, or they
exactly,
couldn't say no
yeah.
to Elvis?
No, you can't say no to Elvis.
He'll shoot you.
I
or
know,
something.
just
Or
like a
shoot your
TV,
TV.
yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Was your mother? How old was your mom?
Oh, I think she was probably, oh man, I don't know. I want to say like 8 or 9, maybe 10, like little girl.
Was she really, really sad?
To this day, she hates Priscilla Presley. She's just like that bitch.
Right. Well, how did she feel about Elvis?
She loved Elvis. Everyone loved Elvis. My grandmother actually went to school with him in
Okay.
Tupelo. So, yeah, Elvis was like, family pretty much.
Right. I am a little bit disappointed in Priscilla's horse maneuvering, horse trading, really.
Yeah.
Hearing this.
Mm-hmm.
And is your mom still with us?
Yeah, she's
Okay.
here. Yeah. She's actually, come on, Mom, come in. Yeah.
Welcome.
I know.
How does your mom feel about the tattoo?
Oh, she thought it was great, but that she was like, "What did you do? What did you get?" And I was like, "It says Sugarfoot." She's like, "Oh, oh," and I got it like in a blue suede like font, and like the U is like a horseshoe.
Oh, let me see.
Yeah, I know, and I have my watch over it. Like it's so dumb.
Oh, that's cool.
So,
Yeah.
It's fun.
So did you grow up hearing about Sugarfoot?
Yes, all the time.
The legend of Sugarfoot.
The legend of Sugarfoot. I think that's the name of the episode, right?
Right. The legend of Sugarfoot. And that must have made you feel sorry for your mom?
Yeah.
Or angry at Priscilla?
Well, I mean, to do that to a kid, it's like, my God. And it was like the 1950s or late 50s, maybe early 60s, something like that. And it's like, just took a little girl's horse away. Like,
I know, that's so awful.
Trauma!
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah.
So I was a guest on, oh my God, I always get the name of this podcast wrong, which I feel like is a really shitty thing to do. It's Chelsea Devante's Celebrity is it called Celebrity Book Club? I think it's Celebrity
Okay.
Book. Oh, she just changed the name to Glamorous Trash. So I didn't even
Glamorous
have to say
Trash?
Yeah,
That's the name of the podcast?
I
That's
didn't
so
have
fun.
to say the name. Unless that's the name of her book. Should we start this episode over again? Anyway, I believe that's the name of her podcast. But she and the guest read a celebrity memoir, and we read Elvis and Me by Priscilla Presley. I don't know if you...
Not the best title.
No.
You know?
I mean, it's very straightforward.
Well, I mean, the title, it's like,
What
sounds like your business. You know what I mean?
Right, like parentheses, this should have been kept between.
Yeah. Elvis and Me.
Yeah.
Okay, sounds personal.
Right. Oh, and it is.
Oh.
She was very young.
She's 14.
I know.
And that's what they did.
Yes.
It's so wild. Like, my grandparents got married when, I want to say they were 16.
Wow.
Yeah. Together.
But they were both 16.
They were both 16.
Versus like Elvis was
like
quite a bit older.
or something like that.
So I initially read that book when I was, I want to say 13, and I watched the TV movie. And I remember thinking it was so like glamorous, and I aspired to that. And it's only that's part of the reason why I wanted to do this book, reading it as an adult and being like, wait a minute,
Yeah.
there's something amiss here. But I'm trying to remember if they mentioned did you say Circle G?
The Circle G Ranch, yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember if that was in the book.
It might have been. I mean, it was like a big, huge ranch.
Right.
You know? I think it's still there now. I just don't know if it's. I want to say I like looked it up a couple weeks ago because of something. I can't remember what. But yeah, I don't think it's been. Oh, sorry. I don't think it's been kept up and whatnot. But
right.
Yeah, it's still there.
Well, and now what does a ranch do?
I don't know.
Okay. But you come from horse people, ranchers?
I guess so. I mean, it's like I'm from the South, so I feel like everyone at some point had ranch or land.
Mm-hmm. Or,
Yeah, or just like
oil.
Yeah, or like, you have a creek and a river and you can go camp. And
I think you call it a crick, though, right?
A crick.
I feel like I've
down
heard
in
people
the
say
crick.
that.
I think the crick is more like eastern southern.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, my
life, South was creek. You know, yeah.
My whole life, I called it Appalachia, and then I had someone on the podcast who called it Appalachia.
I call it Appalachia. Or Appalachian Mountains.
Yes, that is what I would say as well. But they would say Appalachian.
Yeah, that's...
It doesn't work for me either.
Kentucky coal miners.
No. Did you have an accent? Wait, sorry. What state? Where are you from specifically?
Texas.
Texas.
Yeah. So I grew up in Tennessee for a couple years with my mom, and then she remarried, and he got his job transferred over to Texas. So I was in Texas from like 3rd grade until on. Mm-hmm. Actually, no, kindergarten on.
Did you like your stepdad?
Yeah. No.
Is she still with him?
No.
Okay. So then it seems like, despite the fact that you went, I'm sensing a little less than humongous embrace, and it sounds like you were right if she's not with him anymore.
Exactly. Okay. So we're all very friendly-ish with one another, like the kids and stuff, but I don't really get too close.
Do you have siblings?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got a sister and 2 brothers.
What's the birth order?
The birth order is as follows. I am the first.
The oldest?
Yes, I'm the oldest because she married my dad when I was 4. And then my sister and I are 5 years apart. And then my brother Aaron and then my brother Paul is the youngest. And they're, I don't know. I still see them as like children. So they're 30 something.
Wait, she married your dad when you were 4?
Yeah.
But
she married my stepdad when I was 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry. I got confused.
It's a lot. I know. It's a whole thing.
I'm going to need a diagram.
A full family tree.
Yes. Do you travel with one? Do you have a travel tree?
No travel tree.
An app? Is there a QR code I could scan that would pull it up?
Sharks, listen up. Are you wanting to keep in touch with your family? Put a tree on it. It's a new family tree app.
I love it. Okay, so married your stepdad, but that's the one that you were like, meh about?
Yeah.
Okay, married that guy. And do you call him your dad?
No.
Just today.
Yeah.
You did.
But back then I did, but like now as like an adult, I'm like,
Got it.
Yeah.
moved to Texas.
Mhm.
At what point did you realize that you wanted to do comedy?
I didn't. I was just always.
You know you do comedy now, right?
I allegedly, yeah, allegedly,
Right.
yeah.
We're gonna need some proof.
Yeah, some of the Facebook groups and Reddit ads will like let me know otherwise. But yeah, I mean, I just always was kind of like the performer, the little showman, the little clown, and I was always very involved with like theater arts and talent shows and competitions and storytelling and I was just good at it. And I just remember being a kid and people were telling me to be like, you should be a stand-up comedian, and I was just like, wow, dream big, guys. Yeah, and I just kind of got into theater and loved playing characters and all that stuff, and I always was like, oh, I'm gonna be an actor, I want to be an actor. And then I got out here and it was just kind of like, and like the recession hit in like 2008 and I moved out here and like everything was closed. Like I was waiting tables at the time and literally about to throw in the towel because I was just like, this sucks. This is awful. Like I'm eating hard-boiled eggs and toast every day. I'm living in this apartment that's like so expensive and I can't even pay for it. So I was like ready to pack up and go. And that's when I like looked at it's like Facebook or something, and someone was saying like, oh, there's an open mic in Silver Lake, like get 6 minutes of stage time. And I knew the guy who was booking the show at the time. His name was Bruce Daniels, still booking that show to this day.
Wow.
Yeah, it was great. It's called Drunk on Stage at Akbar. And I called him up and was like, I'm thinking about doing this. Everyone's kind of told me that I should be doing this. And I remember having a show. There was a show on in the background on like Logo, which is like an old
I remember
gay channel. And there was like stand up there. And I just remember looking at like LGBT comics and I was just kind of like, this is easy. Like I could do this. Like some of them I was like, oh, not even that good. You know what I mean? I was like, I could totally kill this. And I got my set together and did it that night, and I had like friends come see me and stuff, and I remember going up on stage and doing it and then getting off stage and going, this makes sense. Like something just clicked and I was like, okay, this is fun. And then the journey just went whoosh, crazy. Like it was just, so I started stand-up in October of 2008. In June of 2009, I got passed at the Comedy Store.
Wow, that's really fast.
Yeah, super fast.
Was there, because from what I know of the comedy world, people resent it when it happens really fast.
Oh,
for their
yeah.
peers. So what happened?
Hated. It's funny. I was talking about this last night with some of the comics at the store last night. It came up and they were like, oh, well, you're the last person picked by Mitzi Short, and I'm like, yeah, but it also, like, y'all hated me for a really long time. Some of you still do, Yeah, it was a lot, but it was a very magical night. That was the day after Michael Jackson died, and, like, music was just blasting through the streets on Sunset, cars and, restaurants were playing him all over. And it was just one of those summer nights where everyone was just in town and together. And it was packed, and, like, I did my set, and I sat down, and everyone was like, get up. Mitzi's here. And I'm like, okay, I don't know who that is. I had no idea. I was just going to do a show.
Right.
Had no idea about the history of the building or what it entailed, like what getting past was or handpicked or anything. And I never met her because after she saw me, she got in her car and left. She's like, pass him. Good night. And like left. So I never got to thank her until I saw her. The last time I saw her live was the 40th anniversary of the store. And she was in the back in her little booth, and I just went up to her and not hugged her, but like said, hi, I'm Justin. Thank you so much for seeing something in me when I myself didn't see something.
Oh, that's so sweet.
And I grabbed her hand and she squeezed it. And that was it. But it's crazy because I never knew the process, like from the 70s, 80s, and 90s where people would go up and audition for her, and she'd sit in her booth and they'd do their time. And if she liked you and if she passed you, she would squeeze your hand as you walked out the room. So I just recently learned that. I was like, oh, she squeezed my hand.
Yeah.
Because she was just, she's very sick, very frail. And so it was just really nice that she kind of had that like connection with me at the time.
Right. You said that she saw something in you at a time when you didn't see something in yourself. Can you say more about what you were going through at that time?
Yeah, I was just broke. I was hungry, really vulnerable when it came to trusting people. You know what I mean? I got involved with some like really fun people, but like for the wrong reasons. Like I dabbled with drugs a little bit, and I was just like unemployed. But like every day, I would have a job one day, I'd show up to work the next day, and there'd be like chains on the door. And so it'd be like, well, we don't work here anymore. And so it got to the point where like there was a little group of us that every new restaurant that would open up, we would all go together and we'd all get hired together. And it was insane. Like that's how that worked. Like it
feels like a good TV show.
Seriously, we'd be like, well, where are we working this week?
Right.
So it was definitely a lot. I felt like I really got here at a time where it was just like, all right, well, figure it out.
When you say like a fun group of people, but you were together for the wrong reasons, are you talking about like friends that you were partying with?
Yeah. I mean, it was just definitely like, it was in my early 20s, and it was like, you move here from Texas and it's like, oh, we're going to here and or we're going to this bar tonight, and then we're going to go to this bar tonight, and so Pamela Anderson was there last night, and you just kind of get caught up in this like this
scene.
Is how it happens, like I'm going to run into someone famous and it's all going to go uphill from here. This is easy, and then all of a sudden you're blackout drunk in a bar, and you're sleeping till like 3:00 in the morning or 3:00 in the afternoon, and you wake up, you take a shot, you go take a shower, and you go do it again. It was just rough.
How long was that phase, would you say?
That was probably like 6 months.
Oh
yeah, that was
pulled your stuff out of that fast.
Yeah.
How did you get out of would you characterize that time as like a time of substance abuse, or just a time of sort of not being disciplined? Or
it was all of it. I was young, I was naive. My first time in like a big city by myself. And I was very, people liked me, but it was like, oh, Justin's fun, he's funny, like let's bring him, and I got to go like entertain people and make them laugh, and people wanted to hang out with me more, and but yeah, something inside me was just like, no, this isn't you, and so I had to like get away from all that, and then when I was ready, come back.
Come back to
LA. Yeah.
You left.
I left for a brief period of time.
Where'd you go?
I went to my aunt's house, and she lived out in like, where was that? Like San Dimas or something. So it was a very like, almost like a rehab situation where it was just like, figure it out, get it together. And when I came back was like 2005, 2006. So yeah. So I had moved out here after school. Sorry, I totally like left that part out.
That's okay. So wait, let's go back, because you had said you were here in 2008 is around when you did your first open mic, but you came out, you went to school in Texas.
Yeah.
Where'd you go?
Yeah. Where'd I go to school? At Waco. Yeah. It was like Baylor. So it was a whole thing. But, yeah, so I moved out here from there, and then...
And what year was that?
God, that was 2003?
Okay. So you came out in 2003, and the plan was to act.
Yeah. And then that's when I met the group, and that like it was... And they were great guys. It wasn't like I'm, trying to trash them. Or we had a good time. It was just like not for me at the time.
Right.
I was very young, very like poor, trying to fit in with these like scene guys. Like,
were they
party
older?
Guys. No, we were all the same age.
They were just professional party dudes.
Yeah. And go to the most exclusive parties, and we're on the list. And...
Were you wearing like shiny shirts? I need a visual. Because when I think of that time...
No, I know. It was very... Yeah, it was like...
Not a shiny shirt and like a choker necklace?
Never did that.
Okay.
No. I was just kind of... I don't even remember what I wore. I want to say it wasn't like that. Very Texas clothes. Like Madonna in that video where she's dressed like a cowgirl. Tell
Were
me.
some people wearing shiny shirts
Some
and
people were wearing
chokers?
shiny shirts
Okay.
and like, body glitter and what's it called? Hold on, let me think of it. Oh my God, hold on. Givenchy cologne.
Okay.
The one with the bottle where it's like the shape of a man's torso.
Yes.
Like that one.
What was that?
Angel perfume.
Oh, yeah. No, Angel was... I feel like I still smell Angel, though.
Every now and then, a woman will walk by me and it just transports me.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, oh my God. My grandma wore that. Yeah. So I'm
Your
like,
grandma... Wait, your grandma wore Angel?
yeah.
That is so hip. Was
She went to school with Elvis.
We're talking about the same cologne, right? That smells sort of like root beer and marshmallows?
Yeah.
Your grandma? I'm so
Just
impressed.
like slutty grandma.
Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I have a confession.
Okay.
I like the smell of Drakkar.
Drakkar Noir?
Mm-hmm. That's
Yeah.
the one.
That's nostalgic.
Yeah. But I feel like it's like, cool to hate on it.
Really? Who's
think
hating
so.
on it?
Cool people.
No. I think like Sauvage is like, get out of here.
Oh, I don't know what that
Johnny
smells like.
Depp's cologne. I'm just like,
Johnny
no.
Depp has a cologne?
Mm-hmm.
Next thing you'll tell me Keanu Reeves was in a band.
I know, right?
Wait,
Yeah.
what did it smell like?
I don't know. Like,
It's not good.
like Johnny Depp? I don't
But to me, that Johnny Depp would smell like leather and cigarettes.
It's kind of like that with a little bit of spice to it.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
And I don't... where do you come down on Old Spice?
I love Old Spice.
Really?
I do.
I don't love it.
I wear the deodorant.
Oh, my husband wears a deodorant,
Which
and I do
one?
like that. I don't know. One that smells good. But like when I think of Old Spice, I think of like the bottle that has like a little dropper, and it just smells kind of like... ugh.
No,
I like... which one do you wear?
Swagger and Captain. Like I love the names of it.
I
Like you'll have
know.
one that's like Panther or like
You're right.
Wolf Claw, and you're like, what is this? Like,
Yes. I remember one time he said to buy him deodorant, and he said anyone was fine. And I stood there in the store just like, is he more this or is he more this?
Yeah.
Is he more this or is he more this? And they're all like the same level of like over the top masculine name.
it's the Sorting Hat from Harry Potter, but for deodorant.
Yes.
Are you a wolf claw or a dragon taint?
Right.
You know,
A
it's
dragon
like some one
Totally.
of those.
I gotta ask him which one he
Mhm.
is. Okay, so by the way, I had a period in New York, which is kind of similar to your period, I
Yeah.
think, where I was a late bloomer and I was getting the experimentation, I think, out of my system,
Mhm.
but I also felt this deep sense of shame because I was just like, I'm not someone who dabbles in drugs this way.
Yeah.
But I was. And I just was like nervous all the time and I felt guilty. And it just, even though there's, on the face of it, there's nothing really wrong with it, but it's just not who I thought I was supposed to be.
Mhm. I knew it was something more than that. I was like, I'm not going
Yeah.
out like that,
Right.
And that's what I feel bad now. It's like I look at people like that, where I see people who you see it happen to them.
Yeah.
You see life happen to them, and I've actually seen that with one of the girls that I used to work with. Like she became homeless.
Oh, work with at restaurants?
Yeah, and I would see her like walking the streets and
Like street walking or just walking the streets?
no,
'cause that's
just
where
like
she lived?
homeless.
Okay.
Yeah, unhoused. Yeah.
Mm. Do you know what happened to her?
No, it's crazy too because I think about her all the time because she would be in my area of town, and I saw it like escalade. And I think she used to have a place over in Hollywood, and she was really into yoga, and she was just always just like this bright light, very zen. Even we would always laugh because during like a really busy shift or something, we'd be downtown working at some restaurant, and we're all just like, rah, 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 and you just look over and she's like, and then I don't know what happened. Apparently what I think is that her parents passed away and she just kind of was alone. I think she might've been an only child or something. And then just watching her, like I remember seeing her walking down the street once, one of the very few times, and I was like, "Hey, how are you?" And she turned around and she was like kind of surprised or kind of, it could have been embarrassed that I saw her. And I was like, "What are you doing?" She's like, "Oh, I'm just, just walking around." And, I'm like, "Okay, well, good seeing you. Hope I see you soon." And then like a couple years would go by, and then I had a set at the Laugh Factory one night, and I walked outside and I'm like talking to people and stuff, and she just beelines right through the crowd. She has missing teeth, just screaming, just obscenities. And I'm just kind of like, oh man. And then I want to say like 2021, she was like full, like camped out by a gas station, but like gone. So there's part of me that was just like, do I say anything, or do I? And I contacted like a women's shelter, just because that just breaks my heart when I see that's women, like homeless women. It's just like, ugh. I mean, in general, yes, it's awful, but it's like there's something like even more
vulnerable.
Yes, and like just what they go through, and so I think they were like, thank you for sending us her way, and then I just haven't seen her since. So I'm hoping she's okay. I'm hoping she's getting help, but
one of my
God, I really brought it down. Didn't I? Sorry.
That's okay. It's good. It's honest, and I enjoy up and down. So after college, I moved back to Southern California, which is where I had been. Then I went to New York, and then I came back, and then moved to LA. But in that period of time after college, before I moved to New York, this guy, he and I were inseparable. We were really, really, really close. And I knew that he had had problems with drugs as a teenager. And I think there were probably some drugs while he and I were hanging out. This is when I was still like a dare to keep kids off drugs kind of person. Yeah. I was very like innocent, but he was like functioning. He had a, successful job, and everything was fine with him, I'd say. And then anyway, fast forward to now, where he is like, from what I hear, a complete junkie. I think kind of like paranoid schizophrenic.
Yeah, that's exactly what that was.
And there was a and all the people, like the people that he surrounds himself with now, I think are other junkies. Do we even say junkie anymore, or is that like not a good term?
At this point, I don't care.
Okay,
like, you know what I mean?
Other addicts. I'm going to say other addicts.
Yeah.
When I say junkie, I mean specifically because I believe it's heroin. I don't know.
Yeah, I think heroin is junkie.
Yeah. Okay. Other addicts.
But
and we were all sort of in this group of friends. We were all in the music scene. And all the sort of original people are not in touch with him anymore. But I'm basically like kind of braced for the call, or that's like, did you hear what happened to so and so?
Right.
And will I be okay with the fact that I didn't try to get through to him? But I don't know. That's something I reckon with. But I also feel like I am not like delusional enough to think that I would somehow be the one person
you have
who
to
could
get that
get
out of your
through to
head.
him.
Yeah, no.
But I feel like, and there was a time where I was getting these calls from him in the middle of the night after we hadn't talked for a while. This was years ago. And it was like the messages were just like
marbles.
Paranoid.
Oh yeah.
They were paranoid, and he was trying to talk, because I was a journalist. And so he was trying to like reach out to me to get this crazy story of his out. And then he tried to reach me on Facebook, and I ended up, and this I feel, I blocked him because I was like, at this point, it's like I have little kids, and I was afraid, and I just didn't feel safe.
Right.
But I think like this was like one of my best friends. We are the real victims.
Yeah. We are. I mean, it's crazy.
It's just sad all around.
Well, I've talked about this person that I lost in 2021 who not drugs, but alcohol, and got to the point where all of our friends, I mean, we tried as much as we could. But he was the guy he was a mom's boy, and his mom, he'd call his mom and be like, oh yeah, everything's fine. And then, isolation from COVID and like alcohol. And we got that call one day.
Oh.
And it was just like, what? So yeah, I get it, because you're just like, what could I have done?
Right.
And it's crazy because I was the last person to see him alive. And I remember when I went home that day, I knew he got in my car. We went driving. That was like our thing. We'd like put on the radio, listen to some, catch up. And I remember when he left, when he got out of my car, he was sitting in my car forever, and we were laughing. I'm like, okay, get out of my car. But I knew he didn't want to leave because it was like going up into that whatever darkness he was living in. But I remember leaving and texting him that day. That, like, literally when I got home from dropping him off, was like, you don't look well. I'm concerned. Here is a program. You can do it on Zoom. You don't have to go anywhere. No judgment. No, just please take care of yourself. And I don't want to see you die. And 9 days later.
Wow. Did he respond to your text?
You know what? I think he said thank you. I think it was just real short and like, thank you. I appreciate that. But yeah.
It's so hard. It's
hard.
really hard.
And it really like, really fucks you up because you're just like, so, like, you're used to seeing this person all the time. And, I had to tell my friends, especially like we're going through this period of grief where we're just kind of like, oh, he should have been here. Oh, he would have loved this song. Oh, he would have loved this movie. Like, oh, this reminds me of the time when we all were, there's all these memories. And it's the hard part about that is people come and go in your life, right? But then there's the people who leave the earth.
Right.
Like, they didn't move to Mexico.
Yes.
They're not in Florida. They didn't go to Connecticut for the summer. No, they're just gone from the planet.
It's really hard to wrap our heads around.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to bring it down now.
Oh, right.
But I'm fine. My dad died in July.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
But I was saying to someone, it's really surreal.
Yeah.
And I meant loss of a parent is surreal, but they were like, yeah, how could it not be? And I realized they meant just like loss of anyone is surreal.
Loss of anyone is surreal.
It's really
it's terrifying.
It's hard to wrap your head around the idea that you're just gone.
You're just gone. Like, and that's what's so scary about the world now. It's just like, bye, and you never know. And that's what's so you could just be ripped from everyone's life, and then everyone just kind of has to deal with it. And I was really angry for a long time. I was like, how selfish of you. Like, why, really? But had to like put that aside, right? And go, wow, this is how bad it was. And it was he just tapped out. He's just like, I don't want to do it anymore.
Was it suicide?
Well, I mean, pretty much.
Okay. So like he drank himself to death. But do you think he intentionally wanted to end his life?
No.
Right. He just couldn't help himself.
Yeah. It was just like, there was nothing else to do.
Yeah. It's being angry at someone who's no longer alive is a really weird feeling. So I have found it to be like a really like, what the fuck do I do with this?
Yeah.
I don't know where to put it.
Yeah. Where do I put this anger?
Yeah.
And
And losing my dad has actually been one of the easier, sounds ridiculous to say, but like an easier loss than a couple of the others I've experienced when I was younger, because at least with the loss of my dad, I'm not angry at the world. It doesn't feel like an injustice. Like it's sad and I miss him so much. And of course I'm mourning and I've grieved, but it's not like, this was a young person. This wasn't supposed to happen, because I'm like a real injustice kind of person. And with, when I was like 22, I lost someone to suicide. And that was just like this really upsetting, eye-opening experience of like, what the fuck? Like, this was and now, I see it a little bit differently too, but it was just like there was a huge breakdown here. Like, this was this person slipped through the cracks is how I felt.
Yeah. And I feel, and that was just a really hard time. Like 2021, 2022, because there was just people left and right just dropping. We had like so many comics who passed away, like just other people in my life, you know, friends, coworkers were just like, what is going on?
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's just really, really sad.
Mm-hmm. I agree with you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So tracing this came out. So when you went to beautiful San Dimas,
Mm-hmm.
where the home of raging waters,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
where the 10 and the 210 meet in San Dimas. That used to be their commercial. I don't know if it still is. Did you did you say to your aunt, like, here's what's going on, I need a break?
I don't really remember. I think my stepdad like called because she was out here in the vicinity in the area, and he was like, "Can Justin stay with you to, like figure it out?" I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And she was very, very sweet. Opened her heart, opened her home, and yeah, I was there for like, God, I don't even remember. And it was so crazy that I lived that far away. I lived, you know, over an hour away, and I would drive into LA.
Oh, wow. For work?
For like, yeah, I would like auditions and whatever. And yeah, it just kind of like cleaned me up and everything. And then I got a gig at the Lake Tahoe Shakespeare Festival that summer.
Oh,
so
cool.
that was kind of like, huh?
What were you doing there?
Plays, theater.
But who were you playing?
Outdoor theater.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, I was in, God, what did we do that year? We did Much Ado About Nothing. We did Hamlet. Oh no, we did Macbeth. We did Macbeth, and we did Comedy of Errors, and we did As You Like It.
How cool!
Yeah, so and it was gorgeous. It was like you're with an ensemble of people. You're spending the summer together. You're learning. You're putting together a piece of art. And then we went to Lake Tahoe, and it was like outside on the water with the full moon. It was gorgeous. I would do it again in a heartbeat. It was so much fun.
Yeah. Were you playing leads?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
were you Macbeth?
No, but I
Banquo.
was. No, who was I in Macbeth? Oh, I was Malcolm.
Okay.
So I was like the love interest or like the supporting character. But yeah, when that was over, I had a friend of mine named Kate, and she was like, who actually lives out here now, and she's a mom of 2, and it's crazy, and I miss her, and I need to see her. But she was the one who was like, you want to move to LA after this is all done? I was like, no, I did it. I've done it already. I'm okay. She's like, come on, it'll be fun this time. And I was like, all right. And if I had not done that,
what would you be doing, do you think?
Oh, teaching pottery. I don't know, somewhere in Arizona. I have no idea. I think about that, and I'm like, I honestly have no idea. Probably a teacher or.
Do you do pottery? Or
no,
okay.
I would just pick it up because I have nothing to do.
Yeah,
exactly.
Inevitably, it would lead to pottery.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's comedy and stand up in LA, then it goes straight to pottery.
In Arizona. Can we talk about the scourge? It's not really a scourge, but it's an epidemic of people who have pottery wheels in their own home.
Is that a thing?
I know more than you'd think.
Really?
Number of people who, yeah. And I did pottery in 8th grade. We had an art program, and they had like wheels and stuff, and I really enjoyed it. And like, should I get a wheel?
That's a you decision.
This is like Elvis and me, pottery
I don't
wheel
want your husband being like, Justin told her to get a pottery wheel. And she's like, sorry, he said.
I know. It's you can't just get a pottery wheel, because then you also need to have clay. You need to have a kiln. It's a whole thing.
Yeah.
Sort of like you can't just get a horse.
Yeah, you have to have land.
Right.
A fence.
A barn.
A
tack.
Trough.
A trough.
Yeah.
A bale. A saddle.
Blinders.
A crop.
Shoes.
Tools for shoes. Yeah. So I guess nails and a hammer or something. And yeah, I always was like, how is that not hurting them to be like nailing this into their hoof? But then people explain, what's like fingernails? I'm like, stick a nail in my fingernail and that's going to hurt, but I get it. It's thick and it's keratin and all that. What made you decide to start your award-winning podcast, Just Sayin?
Oh, well, I mean, I just loved it. I love talking about like pop culture, and I like talking about like stories in the news, and I like talking about like nostalgic things. And COVID was really what did it. Like I had a podcast with a friend of mine at the time, and we did we got together in her living room and had a blast doing it. And
what was that one?
It was called Glitter and Garbage. She's still doing it now on her own. But you know, I was ready to like go bigger and be like, hey, I want to get in a studio, and I want to start like, you know, I want to get off the couch and like, let's really like make this something big. And it was just kind of like creative differences, and she wanted to stay small. And I was like, well, I got to go. Bye. And yeah, that was it. Like, and we were like really good friends for a really long time, and we haven't spoken in like 2 years.
Oh, because of that podcast, ruining friendships. And that dovetails into the next topic that we're a little bit later.
Yeah. But
okay.
But like, no. And so luckily I the Comedy Store was like, yeah, we're starting a podcast network. Do you want to come in? And it was just great. And I played around with it and figured out the kinks and, you know, tightened it up. And then it just kind of blew up. And I've done like everybody's podcast, and I have my friends who I perform with every night. I'm like, hey, do you want to do my podcast? They're like, yes, cool. Yes, please. And I'm like, all right, come on in.
That's awesome.
We just have a good time. And so that's what it should be.
So how long have you been doing it now?
The podcast?
Yeah.
This one?
Just saying.
Just saying I've been doing, let's see, 2 years? Yeah, I think in January we hit our 100th episode.
Nice.
Yeah.
The Comedy Store studios look so good.
It's
the video
fun.
Looks really good.
They've really stepped it up. It's like they cleared out an old basement. But yeah, we got like a budget, like curtains and cameras, and yeah, I love it. My team is just really awesome and really good at their jobs, and we just click.
So now the thing that I had hinted at,
okay,
podcast ruining friendships. Oh
yes, go on.
So okay, I do not know the full story of you, Juicy Scoop, Heather McDonald, Jeff Lewis, Krista, something about earrings, something about guesting. I don't know.
What
but
was the last one? Something about what?
Guesting.
Oh, guesting.
Yeah, like whether you're allowed to guest on you know. But I know that there is something involving all of this. Conflict, what I mean to say. Can you explain it to me? And I'll tell you what I'm going to ask.
Yeah.
What I'm going to ask is, like, emotionally, how has this been for you? Because I was on the Adam Carolla show for a number of years. When we went our separate ways, then there was like, I was caught up in this similar sort of like conflict, and it was really unpleasant. But then sometimes I look back on that and I think, like, if I had a different attitude about everything, I almost like maybe I should have seen it as this opportunity. Like, it was getting tons of attention and tons of clicks, but I was just like, I want this to go away as fast as possible.
Yeah. I mean, very similar, you know. I'm trying to think of what I want to say, because if this gets back to her, I don't want her to be popping up an emergency Patreon and
to
shouting,
what, give her side, or
to, you know, get more money in her bank account and feed this monster that we've all just completely have moved on from, but it's for some weird reason she cannot, and she's literally going out of her way to villainize us, make us look bad, come for us, where we're just constantly getting like bullied. Like, I get randoms just coming into my DMs saying like, kill yourself, and I I click on that person, and it's like a mother of 3 middle school teacher, and I'm like, is this what you're teaching children? Like, that's terrifying. And yeah, I mean, emotionally I'm okay. It's definitely been a mindfuck.
Yeah.
Because I'm doing what I love, and when you think you know somebody and you think you're friends with somebody, and then all of a sudden you just don't hear from them ever again, but then they're going on social media and going off about you.
Mm-hmm.
And I haven't heard from this person since the end of August. No connection, no phone call, no apology. And that was the bigger issue. It was not about earrings. It was never about earrings. It was never about earrings. And how lame. How lame if it was about earrings. No, the issue was you were a shitty friend. When I needed you, somebody who has been there for you, who has held your hand when you have fallen in the bushes drunk, who has...
You were the hand holder.
Yeah, like I was there when she passed out on stage to make sure she was okay. I was calling in. I was the phone call, when all this shit went down with her and Megan, who I didn't even know at the time. And she was calling me and crying me and being like, oh my God, this, and this. And it's my fucking birthday. And I'm like, okay, it's my birthday,
Wait, is Megan Jeff Lewis's co-host?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so it's just so sophomoric and so immature. And it's just, at the end of the day, we're now at a point now where people are DMing me and they're like, are you ever going to forgive her? Are you ever going to forgive her? I'm not. I will never forgive her. I will never forgive her. I will accept an apology, but I will never forgive her. And the reason I will not forgive her is because of that incident that I talked about with my friend who passed away. Because after that happened, I went and did a Juicy Scoop episode, and we talked about that. And she reached over, and she was very consoling, and like, I'm so sorry, da-da-da. And this was me sharing my truth and like putting it out there. Maybe someone can benefit from listening to this. And when I found out she was talking shit about me on her Patreon, that's when I decided I was going to come forward and be like, whoa. Like, what? No. Here's the timeline. Here are the facts. I'm going to give it to you for free. You're welcome. Stop making fucking money off my name. Sorry, I'm cussing so much.
Okay.
It's
fucking fine.
And the comment that I saw that was sent to me was a comment that read, Justin is the reason his ex-boyfriend killed himself. And she liked it.
Oh my God.
And
I didn't know it was your ex-boyfriend.
Yes, but we maintained a friendship for years, but we were friends.
Oh,
yes.
I see. So you guys had been together. You weren't together at the time.
No.
Right.
Yeah. So we were off and on for like 10 plus years, but we remained friends.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So definitely special in my life.
Yeah.
And for her to do that, that's when I was like, oh, this person's awful.
Right.
Like there's no, I'm just getting like enraged by it. And so I've said my piece. I've moved on. Then I find out that, she wasn't allowing me to work. Like, what? She was not letting me go on Jeff Lewis Live. Like, Jeff was like, I'd love to have you on, but I can't because Heather won't let me, which made no sense to me.
Right. So this was like how did that come up between you and Jeff Lewis where you found
I
this
ran
out?
into him one night at the Bourbon Room, and he told me, he was like, I'd love to have you on, but, Heather won't let me. And I was like, well, that's so stupid. Like,
when you heard that, were you just like, what the fuck? Or?
Yes, absolutely. Because I was like, I'm a comic. We all do each other's shit. We all do each other's podcasts. Like, what? And I did not realize that it was like a territorial thing. She was like, you can have, and all other people on the show were allowed to go do it, but I couldn't do it. I would go do shows for her and open up for her, as her supporting act. And at the beginning, it would be like, oh, I could go to the meet and greet and hang out and take pictures afterwards. But then later on, just stay in the green room. I'm going to go do the meet and greets real fast, just kind of like get through them real fast because I don't want us to like hang out all, night. And so I'm like, oh, I can't even go meet the fans now? So stuff was just adding up. And then when the earrings came up.
Yes, okay. Please explain the earrings.
The earrings are just... She lost a pair of earrings. Her friend let her borrow something, and she lost them. And the whole thing is about how much they are. The material aspect of it, because that's all she fucking cares about. How much they're worth. Oh, my God, I would never. She's saying, like, I went to Catholic school. We just weren't told to return things. What are you talking about?
What?
Yes. Like, just the I don't even want to, like, give it any more air, because I'm just like, But it's so embarrassing. It's so embarrassing that she is stooping to this level.
So but I feel like the earrings is like this recent thing, but it was like she borrowed a pair of earrings from a woman named Krista, right?
Yes.
She lost one of them or something.
She lost one of them. It was in her Instagram where the earring fell off. Apparently they were like real diamonds.
Right. And so they were she was told they were $3,000, right? And so she wrote a check. Is that right? And then she was like, wait a minute, and got the
other earring appraised
and
months after the fact that she wrote
fake.
the check. And then she's like, oh, they're fake. Look, everyone, bombshell, they're fake. It's like, girl, move on. Yeah. All you have to do is just say, I'm sorry, I lost your stupid earring. Like, is this what's important to you? Over a friendship? Over multiple friendships? And it's so weird how there's no accountability.
Right.
There's no what's the word I'm looking for? I guess it's accountability. Just saying I messed up. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry I wasn't there for my friend. I asked her, "Hey, can you tell your people to like back up off me? I'm getting like death threats and hate and all this stuff." Oh, just, turn your account to private. You're a comedian, you know not to read comments.
Did you ever confront her about liking that comment? Like, does she know that you saw it?
Absolutely, she knows.
What happened?
Oh, that one specific? I don't know. But that's the thing.
But because that was the first thing, right?
The first thing was, God, what was the first? I mean, my God.
Or was it
There's
the
been
Jeff Lewis thing?
No, the first thing was me. I was the one that like blew everything up. Just because I don't like somebody who, I've tried to work to get to a point in my career, and she's like, "You're just jealous of my career," and I'm like, "Okay, all right, no, that's not it, sis." But it was my podcast where I kind of laid everything out, and the last time I heard from her, she texted me 2 hours before my podcast dropped. And she says, "You better not say anything defamatory about me." And
this is after she had done the Patreon about you, though, right?
Yeah.
So because your podcast,
so it's okay for her to talk shit about somebody else as long as she's getting paid. Yeah.
And did you know what she had said on that episode?
No, but I think it was just like, oh yeah, she did. She was saying something like, "Oh, we just weren't clicking as good as we were. He just seemed kind of over it. He seemed like like it wasn't good enough for him anymore." And I'm like, lady, shut up.
But what was it? What was it that she was picking up on that made her do the episode?
Well, I was doing Radio Andy with John Hill, and John Hill and I grew up in San Antonio together, and we had a caller come in, and she was like, "What's going on with you and Heather?" Because I had not been on.
So the
Juicy
listeners
Scoop,
noticed that you hadn't been on in a little while.
Yeah, and I also canceled some tour dates with her.
Okay,
because I was just like,
right.
I'm not going to go and pretend like everything is okay with us.
Mm-hmm. Oh wait, you had asked her to do a show for Trans Lives, right? And she was that one of the first things?
That was one of the many red flags.
Okay,
yeah. I mean, I was hosting a telethon that raised over $600,000 for anti-trans, anti-LGBTQ legislation that was being passed in the States. Like, it was just, because that's where we're at. You know, we have to have a telethon for this shit now. And I had like Charlize Theron, I had Lance Bass, I had actual like celebrities. Leslie Jones, drop of a hat, got to the studio. We wrote a sketch, shot it for free.
Wow.
Charity. Imagine. And I remember doing a Juicy Scoop with her, and I was like, "Hey, I'm hosting this event. It's been picked up by Rolling Stone. It's been picked up by The Advocate. It's the Trevor Project's involved, all this other stuff." And I told her what it was for, and she was like, "I don't think my fans would really appreciate that." And I looked at her and I was like, "What?" And her assistant at the time, Annie, was like, "What?" And I'm like, "Yeah, you heard that right." So of course I'm just kind of like, "Oh, okay."
Right.
But it's for somebody who wants to be famous so bad, you would think it'd be like, "Who's doing it? I'm in," you know? But then all of a sudden she turned it into like, I need all the details in front of me. I don't know where it's being donated. I don't know. Girl, shut up.
What do you make of that?
Like what? Like,
Well, I mean,
what do I think of that?
No, what do you think is the reason she didn't want to do it?
Because she was afraid she would get backlash from her followers.
Okay. Are her followers anti-trans, anti-LGBTQ?
I think there are
Some.
Numerous.
Okay.
Yes.
Where do you think, and maybe you don't know, but I guess because the reason I asked is because like there's two options I see, which is one, she doesn't want flack from her followers, or two, she doesn't personally support the cause.
I think it's both. Honestly, I think it's both. I think the only reason that I was there, any other gay person that was there, it made her look a certain way.
Mm-hmm.
But when you actually ask a friend who calls himself an ally to step up, that's when you actually see someone's character. And when they look you in the face and say no, that's when you go, really? It's like if a Jewish person was like, hey, I'm doing this thing to stop anti-Semitism that's going on in our country. No.
Yeah.
I don't think my fans would really like that. What?
That is how I would.
You know what I mean? Like, it's the same thing.
Right.
I don't know where the money's going. I don't know really. Okay.
Yeah.
Sure, Jan. You know? And so at the end of the day, it's over. We've all moved on. I'm now with Jeff Lewis. I'm having a blast. Everyone's like, watch your back. He's going to turn on you too. And I'm just kind of like, if it gets to that point, it gets to that point.
So she and Jeff have had a falling out too.
Oh, yes.
Oh, sorry. And I cut you off before.
No.
You were saying that you were on with John Hill. Mm-hmm. Someone called in to say what's up.
And asked us what was like going on. And I honestly I said the words, I was like, I'm honestly over all the grown woman drama. That's what I said. I didn't say white woman drama. I said grown woman drama. Mm-hmm. And she used that to fuel her base, to be like, did you hear that? He thinks you're all old women. Go after him. So I had all these like middle-aged women being like, you're ageist. No one knows you except when you were on Heather. Like, it's just like, I'm like, shit, yo, I've been doing this for 14 years. I hosted my own show on E! I've been on...
Oh, I used to... Wait, you had entertainment interview show, right?
Yeah, it was What the Fashion, yeah.
I listened to that.
It was so much fun.
Yeah.
We had a great time. So it's like, it's this whole rhetoric of like, no one knew who you were before Heather. I'm like, who is this... Why are y'all worshiping this bronze bull, you know, or whatever it is? Was it gold?
Golden.
Yeah, the golden calf. Yeah, the golden cow. And
I like Bronze Bull too.
Bronze Bull is fun too.
Yeah.
That could be like a Harry Potter pub or something.
Right.
And you know, at the end of the day, all you have to do is say, "I'm sorry."
Mm.
That's it. That's what you teach your children.
Yeah.
This is not a child. And it's the behavior is so disgusting, delusional, and it's getting violent.
Wait, what?
The rhetoric is getting violent because it's like the mindset now is just social. You know, you never know.
Social media is crazy.
Social media is insane. But I'm like, what happens if I just go outside one day,
right?
And some fanatic, what you did to Heather was wrong, you know, and then the next thing I know, I'm getting like kicked in the face or something. You know, it's just insane. And Krista's like a single mother, and she's not a public figure, and she's sending these vultures to like attack this woman daily. And it's just, and she's using the word single mother, single mother, single mother. She's a single mother.
What is she?
Like,
what is she trying to imply? Do you think
that it's dirty?
Mm.
That she's less than because she doesn't have a husband and like a nucleus family. And it's so gross.
Has anyone actually said anything to you in person?
No, I have not.
Good.
Because they're all cowards. You know what I mean? And it's just crazy. I've done like Joe Rogan. I've done Your Mom's House. I've done like all these bigger podcasts with these like huge comedians. I've never had this from a Bravo
Right.
like pop culture podcast. So it's just wild. It's over. And the fact that she's still going, it's just, wow. I don't even know how to describe it because it's just bonkers. I think she did her whole like reveal podcast about the earrings, you know, because of course. And now she's mad because she didn't get enough attention from it. She's like, none of my friends have called me to talk about my podcast that I dropped. It's like, oh my God. Cringe.
Yeah.
As the kids say.
Mm-hmm.
And of course people are like, don't talk about it. Don't talk, you know, stop talking about it. Stop talking about it. And I've stopped talking about it. I have not talked about this.
I drew you back in.
No. But I mean, like, I haven't talked about this since August. And the last thing I want is people being like, let's get her side. There's no side. Whatever side, there's no side. This is the real. We're in the real right now. We're in the present. No one's lying. No one's backstabbing. We're not plotting and colluding. We're not trying to ruin her. We're living our lives. We're doing our thing. We're going home. We're hanging out with our loved ones. We're eating dinner. We're going shopping. We're doing things.
Did you confront her about telling Jeff that you couldn't go on the show?
Did I say it again? Sorry.
Did you ever talk to her about the fact that she told Jeff you could not go on his show?
No.
What do you think would have been her explanation for that?
She would have told me that she doesn't want. I think she said this in something. And it made no sense. Shocking. She was like, I don't want us to have very similar podcasts. So it's like, if you have all of my people, which there was like Brandy, Julie,
right,
Fortune, and I think that, no, and then there was like a couple other people, I think, that were allowed to go on. But she was like, I don't want my friends being poached. She was very big on friend poaching. She was very mad that I became friends with Krista. Because God forbid we're close in age, you know, very mad that I became friends with her. And yeah. And it's just really sad. We're just at a point now where it's just kind of, we wake up every morning and go, what now? What happened in the middle of the night? What happened? What did the fucking Patreon say at this time?
It's really sad.
It's
really sad because you guys were friends. So
we were. Yeah. Absolutely. But rather than being a friend and saying, hey, can we go grab a coffee? Right. I'm really sorry if I offended you or made you feel uncomfortable. I'm really sorry about the actions that I did to make you feel this way. And I apologize. The slate's clean. And she will never do that. Ever. And people are saying it's my fault that I have created this whole thing. I'm just a real person. I don't care. My goal is to put in good work and make people laugh and be successful. Some people just want to be famous and some people just want to be rich. And when there's no substance,
if I said to her, what happened? Like, why, what, because I imagine she's probably hurt too, right? In the same way that you're hurt by, sorry, let me back up. Do you think she is hurt?
In a sense, because I think she thinks in her head she's the victim.
Of what, though?
Exactly.
But really, though, because
she thinks that we all colluded. She loves the word collusion. That we all got together in our, castle basement with torches lit on the walls. We had our cloaks on so our identities couldn't be revealed. And we all, made a blood oath to ruin her and to come after her sponsorships. And I'm like, no, girl, you're doing that on your own.
Come after her sponsorships.
Yeah, she had sponsors drop her because when that suicide comment was liked,
oh yeah,
she had a sponsor that was like, nope. I mean, because the internet people just copy,
Right.
put that up on, and it gets around. Like, there's no thought process. It's just like, here it is. Look what they did. Look what they did to me. Look what they did to your God. And it's like, it's baffling. It's baffling. And I feel sad, and a lot of people have said that the energy of it has shifted. The show itself has shifted. She was saying like, this was the best thing for my career because I didn't need her anymore. I can start. I'm like, people followed me before you. Like this ego.
Yeah.
The ego, the narcissism. She is a classic narcissist. And this behavior that she's showing now is exactly how you deal with a narcissist, and you make them realize they're a narcissist is you starve them from attention, and that's when the unhinging begins.
Right.
And that's what we are seeing now.
It's interesting because
she hasn't mentioned she hasn't
okay.
mentioned my name at all. She's mentioned Krista's name, she's mentioned Jeff's name, and she does not say my name at all. And I am the one person that this is all about.
Mm-hmm.
What does that say, right?
Yeah. I mean, the whole thing, it feels like a reality show, except it's not a reality show.
I'm so glad you said that, because it absolutely is. It is the real podcasters
Yes.
of Hollywood.
Yeah.
It's she's created her own Bravo series.
Right.
If she's not going to be on Bravo or Housewives, then by God, she's going to create her own.
Right.
She's creating her own AI
But
multiverse.
But is she like a calculating genius who's like scripting this out and is like, this is going to keep people engrossed, because I think they are probably engrossed. Or, but like it doesn't seem like that though. It seems like this is all very real to everyone, right? I mean, I know it's real to you. Like
to like the other players involved?
Yeah. Well, I guess I'm asking, is it very real to her, or is it like, I guess it's, is this like a storyline, or is this very real to her is the question.
That's a good question. I wish I knew the answer to, because I have asked myself, what is the end game? Does one of us have to die? Honestly. When does this end?
Wow.
When does this end?
Yeah.
Will this ever be over? What are we doing? Are we getting a season 2? Because she's still
right.
Oh, you guys don't know about this. Like what are you trying to do? Ruin our families? Are you trying to what are you trying to do?
Right.
I think that's an honest question. What is the end game? Everyone's getting annoyed.
Is it content? It might be content.
I don't know. Leave me the fuck alone.
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry you're getting trolled like that.
Sucks. That's fine, but it's just so funny when it happens to her, the comments disappear, or it's but for the advice that she gave you, just don't read them, don't look at them.
See, that is like, no.
Yeah.
It is so easy, because I've been in this situation. It is so easy for other people to say, oh, just don't look at it. Just don't. But then when they're the target of it, it's like very painful for them. And it's like, yeah, because it's very painful.
But also, yes, it's very painful. But also those people who say that have social media managers who do all their social posts for them.
Right.
So they never read them anyways.
Right.
Which I can't wait to get to that level.
Yeah.
Take my phone.
I know. All right. We have some questions that listeners sent in on Patreon. Patreon.com/AllisonRosen. That's where you go. Okay. Julie B says, I just saw him at the store. Loved his set. What did he do for Halloween? Does he have any LA Halloween traditions?
Oh, that's a sweet question. What did I do for Halloween? Was that?
And what were you?
I did dress up like Elvis Presley, and my boyfriend dressed up as Priscilla.
Oh, I love it. That horse stealer.
Yes, horse stealer.
And do you have any LA Halloween traditions?
I don't have any. I mean, we have been doing like Halloween horror nights. I kind of want to do one of those like really fun immersive spook rooms.
Oh God.
You like where they have like a theme, like Delusion. I think one of them was called like Delusion or something like that.
Oh, that's my husband's deodorant. That's the name of it.
Bravo.
Thank
Well
you.
done. Delusion. I think that's some other people's deodorant as well. And then but for Dia de los Muertos, we watch Coco.
Oh, nice.
I love that movie. One movie that can make me cry every time I see it. Coco.
I need to sit down and actually watch it because I have 2 little kids whom you met. It's been on in this house like 400 times.
Oh, I know.
But I've only caught bits of it. I've never seen it all the way through.
You have to watch it all the way through. It's so special.
Okay, I'm realizing a fair amount of these questions are about what we already talked about.
Sure.
Roxanne Ramirez, are you planning to discuss the Jeff Lewis situation? We did.
There you go, Roxanne.
Yeah. Lori, what does he think about the earrings being fake? I love his podcast. I loved him on Heather's podcast. I hope one day they can be together again.
No, it's not happening.
And then Lori said, my Catholic guilt for asking that question. Okay, new question. I'm borrowing this one from Fitzdog Radio. Have you ever not finished a set?
What is that, Greg Fitzsimmons?
Yeah.
Fitzdog? Oh, I love him. Oh my God, can I just tell a really quick funny story?
Please. He and I co-host a podcast called Childish. I love him.
I had him on my podcast. I love him so much. Talk about a fun relationship that we've like actually gotten to know each other. He last night at the Comedy Store was finishing his set and he brought up another comic, and the other comic was on a show called The Real Husbands of Hollywood.
Yes, I've heard of this.
Yes, but Greg's like, all right, everyone, listen up. He's like, this next comic over the stage is a good friend of mine. Listen, he is the creator of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. And I'm watching him.
Oh, my God.
And he's, in all seriousness, he thought he's nailed it.
Yeah, oh, my God.
And then the comic comes out, and
That's
he
hilarious.
gets off the stage, and I see him in the hallway, and I go, I saw what happened. And he's like, no! And he gave me a high five, and I was like, oh, my God, that was the funniest moment. Because everyone's expecting, like, Andy Cohen to walk out and be like, I'm trying stand-up.
That's so funny.
But yes, have I ever not finished a set? Like just walked off the stage?
I guess. I don't know. I don't know how Greg uses this question.
No, I've never.
I mean, or just decided like I'm cutting this one short, I guess. I don't know.
I think I've done that, I'm sure, but I've never just been like, all right, bye. No, but I feel like I think I've cut one short a couple times when I first started.
And what would be the reason for doing that?
Not knowing how long you've been going. I think I did it because like somebody wasn't there. This is when I had to learn what the light meant. Because like somebody wasn't there, and in my head I'm like, I've been up here for like 20 minutes.
Right.
And I'm only supposed to do 15, right? And then I see the light pop up, or I'm like, okay, I'm done, bye, because it hasn't lit. And they're like, no, we were just running you long because someone's not here yet. And I'm like, oh shit, But no, I don't think I've ever been, unless it's just been a really dull room, and I'm like, okay, this was fun. Bye. I'm like, okay.
Right. Peace out. Okay. Now my newish segment that I'm experimenting with.
Okay.
Product picks from podcast guests, or Podcast Pals product picks, or a name that I haven't even come up with yet that's better than any of those. But I lately have been escaping real life in the world of watching like TikToks about skincare and Botox and aesthetic treatments, and I'm just shopping and all this stuff because it's like this non-dramatic world. So I would like to know what are some of your favorite products.
I will tell you right now what some of my favorite products are. One of them is Pretty Boy Moisturizer.
Oh, I haven't even heard of it.
You haven't? Mm-mm. Oh my gosh. prettyboy.com, I believe. And it is a skincare that I saw on Instagram. And the socials for it were so interesting. And it's a 6-in-1 face moisturizer that helps with dark circles, lines, dermatitis, or red spots on your face. And it's these two guys in Santa Monica. They started their own business, and I swear by it.
Your skin looks really good. I noticed it when you walked in.
I swear by it.
So is this the moisturizer?
It's just a moisturizer. And I know guys are just very like, oh, I'm not going to put moisturizer. I don't need a skincare routine. You don't need one, because this is honestly like get out of the shower, dry your face, 3 pumps, fingertips, put it all over, and your skin just soaks it up, and it's just the best. And I have seborrheic dermatitis where, I would get like hot spots on my face, and
you have crystal clear skin.
I mean, honestly, like you put it on, like I'll put it on like on my face before I go to bed, and I wake up and it's like already gone. It's crazy, and I love it. It's Kiehl's, sure, but honestly, this one, I've tried everything, and this one's just a solid product.
What do you wash your face with?
What do I wash my face with?
Do you have like a face wash?
No.
Do you just use a soap in the shower?
I have a soap guy.
You do?
Yes, it's a FGS. It's called Fucking Good Soap, and it's a guy, again, on Instagram, FGS, and it's like all organic, like natural soaps, and it's just really good, and they smell really good, and they have really funny names to them, and but they're just really, really good. And I just wash my body and my face with that.
What else do you love?
I love Cozy Earth. Oh my God. Do you know what Cozy Earth is?
I know that name.
You've probably seen ads for it and stuff
on Instagram.
Yeah, and like Facebook and stuff. And so like it's a clothing line, but they also have like a towel line, socks, sheets. The sheets. They have duvets. They have a new cuddle blanket, which is insane.
What is the cuddle blanket?
Oh, it's like a perfectly weighted blanket, but it feels like mink. It's so soft.
I need this blanket. Do you have the blanket?
I do have the blanket.
What color do you have it in?
It's like a chestnut.
Okay.
It's really, really nice. But they have like men's clothes too. They have joggers, crew necks, polos, shorts. No, these aren't them. Hoodies, jackets, pajamas, everything. Oprah's favorite things, like 6 years in a row. I swear by them. Yes.
Maybe that's how I've heard of it.
It's so good.
Okay.
And I've just been working with them because I love them so much. I gave them as gifts to my family last year. My sister-in-law had a baby in March, so I got the baby. They had a baby blanket, like a Cozy Earth baby blanket. I got them like some new sheets for their anniversary, and it's just so comfortable. It's bamboo, temperature adjusting. I mean, what else is it? It's like it's just the softest like feel.
Okay, I'm sold.
It keeps you warm. It keeps you cool. The
Sounds
sheets
great.
are amazing. And I have a promo code.
Oh, what is it?
It's Justin Martindale 40, Justin Martindale 40, and you get 40% off your final price, which is a great deal, especially with the holidays coming up.
Yeah,
it's the perfect. If you have a wife, if you have a husband, if you have a boyfriend, girlfriend, anything like,
if you have a body,
you have a body.
Yeah,
it's so
Justin Martindale
snuggly.
40.
Yes,
Okay,
I love them.
What else?
To think what else?
I mean, I could like take you through your day.
Like what
you use at different points, like what about in the kitchen? Do you cook?
I do.
Anything you love in the kitchen?
Oh, the Cuisinart air fryer.
Oh,
do you know what that is?
Yeah, I think we have. Well, we have a Cuisinart air fryer that's also like it's like a toaster oven air fryer. Is that what yours is?
Mine's not a. Wait, it roasts, it air fries, and it
toasts, right?
I don't know if it toasts. Maybe it does toast.
I mean, it looks like a toaster oven, though, right? It's got the little door.
It has a little drawer that you pull it out.
Oh,
you pull it in.
A drawer.
It has a drawer. Yeah.
This is different than ours, then. Okay.
But it's probably like I think there's like a family version of it.
Maybe, yeah.
But I am addicted to it. I had no idea what an air fryer was until like last year, and now it's just like I swear by it. Like dinners, so
I
good.
am very late to the air frying
Me
trend
too.
as well. I'm like, my husband air fries everything, makes a lot of stuff. Like if the kids are gonna have nuggets, he'll put it in the air fryer, and I'm sure they come out better.
That's a good husband.
In the microwave.
How dare you?
I know. I'm a
calling
neglectful
Child Protective
mother.
Services right now.
Right.
Hold on. Yeah.
Yeah.
You put your chicken nuggets in the microwave?
Well, it's the kids' nuggets.
So it doesn't matter.
I mean, what,
They'll eat whatever I put in front of them.
Yeah, texture's not important to them. Yes, there's a number of things that I'll just put in the microwave because it works. But I guess it's like they're not as crispy.
Yeah.
Okay, so air fryings.
Yes.
The times that I've air fried, I've just like burnt things. It happens
No,
fast.
It's so weird. Once you get the hang of
I
it,
think that's the thing. I don't have my air fry skills.
it's so easy. I never adjust the time or the temperature.
Mhm.
It's like if it's frozen, I do it for like 16 minutes. That's like the chicken, like
Right.
chicken tenderloins.
Sure.
If it's already like fried or something, 6 minutes.
Okay, I'm writing down
I know.
KitchenAid. No, Cuisinart.
Yes.
Cuisinart air fryer.
Yes.
Did you ever have an Instant Pot?
No. Oh my
Okay.
God, you just made me remember another favorite
Oh,
thing
tell
that
me,
I just
tell
got.
me.
It's called. Oh my God. Hold on. Can I look it
Yeah,
up?
sure.
The Navage.
Is this a thing for your nose?
Yes. I
Okay,
am such
tell
a
me.
sucker.
What does it do? Because I have been so congested, and I've been
Yes.
thinking like I need to get a neti pot or a
Yes.
Navage or something, but I haven't.
Well, I guess targeted ads just get me
Seems-
because I was seeing this and I was like, I've never been able to do a neti pot
Mhm.
ever. It's just weird. It's like
Do you just like end up dousing your face?
yeah,
I've never
just
used one either.
drowning in my my own sink.
Right.
I've never been able to do it. You just like put it there and it just
Waterboarding
comes.
yourself.
No, never been able to do it. And so then I saw like people being like, "Oh my God!" And you just like put this thing in your nose. It comes with little saline packets that you
Mm.
pop the top. You put the saline packet, and then it like opens it when it closes, and all the saline comes out. My boyfriend has like terrible congestion and sinuses, and we were just waking up, just like, and I'm like, maybe it's the change of season.
Mhm.
Maybe we're sick. I don't know what's happening. But it is so fascinating. It's so weird and so interesting because when he would do it, it wasn't going in. Like it goes up one nostril and it goes all the way to the
Right.
back of your sinuses.
Oh my God.
And it drains out so one of the other things takes it and the water's on top and then it goes to the bottom,
Mhm.
but it goes through your whole nasal passage.
So you feel it like going around the back of
You
your
don't feel
head?
like going around, but like there are times where you'll get like a little drip of saline solution.
Right.
Or like, to me, it feels like you're going underwater, like in a swimming pool.
But like you have to be breathing through your mouth. or
yeah, you're
else you will-
breathing and you can talk. It kind of,
Mhm.
it's just kind of like this,
Does it hurt at all?
No, but
It
it is
frightens
an
me.
interesting feeling at first because you're like, wow, because it sucks onto your nose because
Oh.
it's water, right?
Yeah.
So you don't want to like dripping out of your
Mhm.
nose. And then when you pull it out, there's like a little bit of drainage of water. But like afterwards, you're like, wow, okay.
Wait, so it like sucks the mucus out of your
No,
face?
no. It just
Oh.
it just pushes all of that
Mhm.
into the bottom containment. And not like the containers filled with like boogers and stuff like that. But there is like you'll see like dust and mucus but it's not like disgusting. I don't know
Mhm.
unless you have a really bad cold or something. But
Right.
I love it because I was doing like
maybe I
Afrin.
need to get one of these.
It's
Oh,
kind of
Afrin is
amazing.
like very bad, right? Because
Well,
I've never used
it works though.
and then
but
you need it.
you need it, and then like I would be just like walking around, and all of a sudden my nose would start bleeding
Oh.
because it dries out your sinuses.
Yeah.
So just the smallest little thing, it'd be like
Mhm.
And I had nosebleeds a lot when I was a kid. So I mean, it's just weird when an adult walks around
Right.
Target with a bloody nose.
It's suggestive of drugs.
Exactly.
But the drug is Afrin.
I'm addicted to
Yeah.
Afrin. Yeah. No, but yeah, I'm trying to think what else that I just love.
Any hair thing?
Oh, hair. Oh, yeah. Aveda hair texturizing. That's my favorite. If you are anybody with hair, this is the
Greg
best.
Fitzsimmons, we're not talking to
Not
you.
you, Greg. Sorry. Keep that fedora on, buddy. No, it's called the Aveda hair texturizing. It's in like a blackish brownish bottle. And what I do is it's the best hair texture volume
Mhm.
I've
Is it
ever
like a
used.
gel?
No, it's a spray.
Oh, okay.
So you get out of the shower, you dry your hair off, leave it a little damp, and then what I do is I get it and just sometimes, I put a lot more in just to give it a little more pop.
Mm-hmm.
And then blow dry it. And for me, it's like the style is there when I blow dry it. And then I'll
Yeah.
take a little bit of the Aveda hair cream and just kind of fix it, give it some shape, and then I spray it with Aussie. I can't believe I'm giving out my hair secrets.
I know.
Then I spray it with Aussie Insta Freeze. It's the best hairspray. And it's gone everywhere I go.
Aussie Insta
Aussie
Freeze. And
Insta
this is like a
Freeze.
drugstore hairspray,
Yeah, like
right?
CVS,
Yeah.
but like Aussie, the brand.
Right.
So it's like in a purple bottle, Aussie Insta Freeze.
I'm going to have to try that.
Or Freeze, something like
Yeah.
that. But it's like the maximum hold hairspray. It's the best hairspray. They also have it in a spritz, but I don't like the spritz. Give me the aerosol. Like it
I
gets
feel
it
the
done.
same. I feel the same.
Gets it done. And you know, if your windows are closed in your bathroom, you're not hurting the ozone. So
my understanding, I didn't even realize this, but I was told that they have fixed the ozone.
I think they probably have.
Yeah. And I don't think that the chlorofluorocarbons are in the hairspray anymore. I have a spritz versus aerosol situation as well. The makeup setting spray that I use is spritz. And every time I use it, I think to myself, if this were an aerosol, it would go on so much better, because the first spritz is like too much, like in one.
And it's like goopy.
It's not being evenly applied.
Right.
But every hairspray I've had that's aerosol, it gets clogged. And I don't know how to avoid that, but I feel like I end up throwing out. It's been a long time since I bought hairspray, but I have just a lifetime of throwing away expensive bottles of hairspray because I can't get them to come out.
I had the same thing happen to mine. It was the Aveda hairspray, which I love too. That's actually really good, and it creates like a net, an invisible net over your hair.
Okay.
And same thing, it got clogged.
Yeah.
And I tried to put it under the sink and like rinse
and get
the hole off. Right? Oh, that sounds so weird.
No, I know exactly what you mean. Yeah.
And then like
try to use a little bidet on it.
Yes. Oh, that's another thing.
Oh, really?
Yes, but the top popped off and I couldn't use it ever again. And I was like, no. And I tried to put it back on, and it's just like a full bottle of just hairspray.
Right.
And it's still there. Like I'm gonna try to fix it again.
I have this as well. I have like a graveyard of hairsprays. Yeah. And then I press them, and I can just feel the pressure building up. And sometimes it'll be like
explode.
Yes, I'm afraid. I should get rid of them. Okay, the bidet.
I just entered my bidet era.
Oh, congratulations!
Do you have a bidet?
No, but I need to get one. We have, my husband and I, this is how romantic we are.
Have dirty butts.
Exactly. No, we have given each other like
wait, what?
a coupon.
Okay.
Or not a coupon, but like we have said like choose the bidet you want. We've both given this to each other, and then we haven't actually like made our bidet dreams come true, because you can get this the one that attaches to your toilet, but we're like, you know, let's indulge because it's a gift and get the like
you want
Toto
the
washlet
one, right?
The one that's like heated seat and turns on when you enter the house.
Krista has that one.
Oh yeah,
and it's insane because I remember the first time I saw it, like you like walk by and it's like hello, like it doesn't talk. I wish it would talk,
no, but
like
it
just the
up.
seat just opens up and you're like, there's like a blue light in there. There's like options,
right? It's got a remote control.
So many options. Like you can drive.
Too many options, probably.
Too many options, but like, I think it like even like might like elevate you. I'm not even sure.
It ejects you off the seat.
Yeah, you're just like,
right.
Yeah, but I mean, I have the Tushy, and that's bomb. I love it.
So that doesn't have heating, though, right?
I know. I'm a peasant still.
No,
but yes.
Greg Fitzsimmons also has that, I believe.
With a Tushy?
I don't know if he has the Tushy brand, but I know he has just a cold water bidet, and he's all about it.
Yeah. Oh my God. It makes you feel rich. Like it's insane. It's insane. And it just, it's so weird that it's like such a thing, because I'm just like, oh my God, it's bonkers how long I've been going without a bidet. And now there's like portable, like not portable, but like, put it in your toilet. And I
need to do this.
I don't have a tank. I have a tankless toilet.
Oh.
So my toilet's like one of those old gym toilets.
Right.
That's it.
Yeah.
And so I was like, well, I don't think I can have one because it has to connect to your tank. You can totally connect it from your sink to the toilet. It's crazy. And like, it saves you so much money on toilet paper, saves you so much money on like wipes.
Yeah, because my husband's all about the wipes. And I'm like, how fast are you going through these? Because we can't afford the wipes.
I know. I haven't bought toilet paper in probably 3 or 4 months. And we got it installed.
Revolutionized. Wait, so you don't even have any toilet paper in your house?
I have toilet paper in the house.
You just haven't need to buy anymore.
You don't need to use it.
Right.
Like
it's like a Prius. It's like a hybrid.
There, you massage your, it's like
Tushy.
pressure and just go to town and you're just, it's the best. You're just like, And then, because I was doubting, and then I just took like a square of toilet paper, just one, which I've never done in my life.
Yeah, no, who does that?
And I was like,
just to check? Mm-hmm. Wow.
Insane.
Wow.
And it's the best too. So it's like if you're like out in the sun all day or like, it's very European.
Mm-hmm.
Just sit down and,
If you're out in the sun all day. Oh, you mean like just to freshen up?
Just to freshen up.
Yeah.
Just a little,
right. Like the powdering your nose version of for your butt.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
It's the best.
You have evangelized for me. I need to
get
change.
your Christmas wish list ready. Yeah.
Yeah. This has been great.
Oh, good.
Thank you so
much. Of course.
Now, do you happen to have, do you know what Just Me or Everyone is? Did you see, it was on my email.
Oh God.
It's okay if you don't.
Sometimes I ponder on something I have thought or done. Is it just me or everyone?
Just Me or Everyone is a segment I do where it's like something you think or do, and you're like, is it just me or is it everyone? So an example would be, you're at I'll be at a restaurant and I know what I want to order and I close the menu, but then as soon as the server comes by, I have to open it up again because I like instantly forget. Like that's a lot of people have that, or just like a quirk or something where you wonder like, does everyone have this or just me?
Oh, okay. Here's one. Is it just me or everyone? I see a line and I say no.
That is not just you.
Okay. Like today, we were leaving the Grove, and we drove down Fairfax, and I don't know what is going on Fairfax, but there's always like a line of people like waiting out the door, like all the way
is it
down.
Pink's? No, that's on
not
Melrose.
Pink's, but it's like it's like either a pop up or something like that. I'm not standing in line to go shop.
No, I have bailed on like I was thinking of buying this one thing or two things, then it's like a huge line. I'm like, no.
I'm not doing that.
No. I walked out of Costco for that reason.
Atta girl.
Costco.
I'll see you all in hell.
Yeah. You miss me with that shit. Yeah, no, Costco. For me to even... Costco and Target are hard for me. I instantly want to leave both of them. I don't know why. It just feels like a huge undertaking. I know people love Target. I just don't have the love for Target.
I get that. Here's another one. Is it just me, or do you sit on the plane when it lands? Like, do you sit there? Because everyone, I feel like, just stands up.
Oh, no, I sit. That's not just you.
I'm like, where are you going?
Yeah.
Just wait.
And actually,
wait your turn.
The last few times we've flown with the kids, we take it one further and just wait until everyone else gets off the plane to get off because it's just easier than like feeling like we're holding everyone up. So we sit till the very end.
Yeah.
But no, I don't do the stand and hover.
No. It's
uncomfortable.
So weird. It's so weird. And unless you're like at the front of the plane and you're like, okay, I can stay. But that's one.
I do try to like gather up all my things though before that moment because I want to be ready. I want to be nimble and ready to get off the plane.
I'm the same way too. Yeah. I'm like, I want to have everything just like I want it to be a clean exit.
Yes, exactly.
Like a bidet.
I was thinking the exact same thing. Yeah. Justin Martindale.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Oh, we're done.
This was delightful.
Yes, it was really fun. Thank you for having me.
Plug all your stuff.
Oh my gosh. So if you were in Colorado Springs, I will be at the 3 East Comedy Club on December 1st and 2nd, I believe. It's on the website, e3scomedy.com, I believe. And then I will be on, when does this come out?
Monday.
This comes out Monday. I will be on Jeff Lewis Live again, this Thursday. And God, I'm trying to remember what else.
Your social media.
My podcast, Just Sayin with Justin Martindale. You can watch it on YouTube and you can listen to it wherever you get your podcasts. And my Instagram at Justin Martindale. And I have all the other stuff in my link tree on my Instagram. So yeah, it's all there.
I do like 15,000 plugs at the end, but lately I've just been thinking like I should just tell people just go to my link tree because it is all there.
It's all there.
Yeah. And
no, I was going to say Thursday, January. Thursday, December 16th. No. Thursday, November 16th.
Yes.
I have no idea what month it is. It's like 4:00 and it's dark outside.
I know. It's confusing.
So Thursday, November 16th, I'm at the Bourbon Room
Ooh.
with Jodie Sweetin from Full
Love
House.
her, yeah.
She's doing her show called Family Dinner, where she brings on several comics and we all just kind of sit around and tell stories and stuff like that. So that should be pretty fun. That's this coming Thursday. So that'll be fun too.
How fun.
Yeah.
Do you guys actually eat on stage or do you
I think so. I have to like bring a dish and I'm like, I don't know what I want to bring.
We have been invited to this big Thanksgiving, all preschool level Thanksgiving feast for my son's school. And his grade is supposed to bring mains.
What?
Like the main dish.
Oh,
sorry.
I was like, what's a main?
Like, yeah, so it's a pot. It's a
like
potluck.
the main dish, like the turkey.
Well, so that is my question.
Yeah,
because
is this the new game? Is it just me or
every family that's going to bring turkey?
Yeah.
And I asked the room mom, and she said she didn't really. She's like, I think as long as it's not dessert or salad, you're fine. But it's like, so should we bring turkey or should we bring like lasagna? Is it supposed to be Thanksgiving? There's we've received no information.
This is awful.
I feel like we should just go buy a lasagna and bring that.
I feel like you need to burn the school down. That's what I
or that. Yeah.
Wait, how many people have mains?
I think there's like 16 kids in his class.
But how many have mains?
16. Yeah, no, our whole class is mains. There's another whole class that is sides and another whole class.
So there's going to be 16 people making turkey for a school?
So that's why I think we shouldn't bring turkey.
Well, that's the main.
I know.
Well, or what other mains are there? I mean, I would say a lasagna. That could be fun.
I feel, yeah.
That's a main.
Right. I don't know what another, like, I'm just zagging and they're zigging.
Do not be that family that's like, we're going to bring the turducken. Like, don't, that's
I'm not going to get
so
fancy.
thirsty.
Or a tofurkey, though. What about that?
Don't do anything with tofu.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
Or like a what's it called? Honey baked ham. I think it's too late.
That's a good one. A honey baked ham.
That'd be good. But other people are going to do that. What if we get there and what if no one has brought
Everyone's
turkey?
like, we're not going to bring turkey because someone's going to bring it.
And then there's no turkey. That's going to happen. This is what I need to know. I need to know, is this supposed to be is this like Thanksgiving food that we're supposed to be having?
How is there no like
instruction
moderator? Yeah. How is no one?
I know. I don't know. It's
the teacher in the class has been radio
maybe
silent?
I'll ask the teacher. No, she said RSVP with the room mom. And then the room mom said to me that she's like, I found out about it the same time all of you did. I could probably get more clarification, but I'm a little bit like, well, I can't get in trouble right now. I should probably find out a little more.
Should find out, but like also, that's BS.
Yeah.
For the side kids and the dessert kids. So easy.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
You know what I mean?
I thought you were saying it's BS the way they have to bring a dessert or a side. No. I feel
you know what? Let's put a curse out on the sides, kids.
Okay. Yeah. I hope they all come with lumpy mashed potatoes.
I was going to say, hope they all bring green bean casserole.
Yeah.
All the green bean casserole.
That's right. Because there's someone out there who's like, well, who's going to bring the cranberry sauce?
Who cares? I hate cranberry sauce.
Oh, really?
Ugh. Ugh.
And
you like it?
I like cranberry sauce and I like green bean casserole.
I like green bean casserole.
Okay, you just
but
don't like
not all the green bean casserole.
Right.
But like, cranberry sauce is just so bizarre to me. Like homemade or like in the can with the gel.
In the can with the
suction.
But it just jiggles on out.
Yeah. It looks like that thing from Hotel Transylvania.
Yeah, I mean, upon hearing us talk about it, I see where it's gross. I do see that.
Now you see it.
Yeah,
but I like it when it's like a cranberry
with cranberries in it, like a chutney or something. Yeah, I see that. I see that. Anyway, my link tree. If you go to my Instagram, Allison Rosen, the link tree is in the bio and you can get to all my stuff. But I do, of course, have to mention a few of them. I already mentioned patreon.com/Allison Rosen. If you go for an annual subscription, you get 2 months free. Patreon.
Also,
I have a newsletter, AllisonRosen.substack.com. I have a merch store. Go to my Linktree, or my website, AllisonRosen.com, and you can find that. My book, Tropical Attire Encouraged and Other Phrases That Scare Me, is being re-released for the 5-year anniversary on Black Friday. And I wrote 5 new essays, which I am proud of. And it has like we've revamped the cover and stuff. So be on the lookout for that. And I've been curating. I've got my Amazon storefront. I've got another storefront. All this stuff is in my Linktree. So check that out and follow me on social media at Allison Rosen on Twitter and Instagram. Thank you so much. Oh, and youtube.com/Allison Rosen. Please subscribe and like, etc. Thank you so much. This was so much fun.
So much fun. Thank you for having me.
Listeners, thank you for listening. I love you. You matter. Goodbye.
Hey, do you know about the Allison Rosen Show?